Have you ever wished you could travel through time? Well, for one inventor from a small town in Arkansas, that dream became a reality, but it came with a heavy price. This is the story of Samuel Johnson. In the quiet town of Shoals, Samuel Johnson was known as the local eccentric. His workshop was a constant buzz of whirring gears and sparking wires. Day and night, he worked tirelessly on his greatest creation, a project that consumed his every waking moment. Finally, after months of dedication, he did it. He built a working time machine. Brimming with excitement, Samuel stepped into his machine for its first test run. He didn't just want to see if it worked. He wanted to witness history. He traveled back to see the signing of the Declaration of Independence, feeling the revolutionary spirit in the air. Then he went further back, walking among colossal dinosaurs in a prehistoric jungle. For a change of pace, he jumped forward to a smoky Memphis club to watch a young Elvis Presley perform his very first concert. Each journey was more incredible than the last. Samuel felt like the luckiest man alive, holding the key to all of history in his hands. He knew he had to share this incredible invention with the world. But his grand plans were about to take a dark and unexpected turn. On a trip back from a glimpse into the distant future, a critical error occurred. A miscalculation, a single wrong digit in the coordinates, sent him careening off course. When the machine finally shuddered to a halt, the world outside was unrecognizable. He wasn't in his familiar workshop. He was stranded in a desolate, gray wasteland under a scorched sky. For days, Samuel wandered through the ruins, a lone figure in a dead world. The silence was deafening, broken only by the whistling wind. He searched desperately for any sign of life, any clue that could help him fix his machine and return home. Finally, on the horizon, he saw a glimmer of hope, a small makeshift village huddled amidst the wreckage. The people there were survivors, and they told him a horrifying story. The world he knew was gone, wiped out by a devastating nuclear war. The realization hit Samuel like a physical blow. This apocalyptic future wasn't just a random timeline. It was a potential destiny for his own world. He understood now that his time machine wasn't just a toy for sightseeing through history. It was a tool, a responsibility, a chance to save everyone. He knew what he had to do. Returning to his damaged machine, Samuel worked with a new, desperate purpose. He had to go back. He had to warn them. He set the coordinates for a time just before the conflict began and began a new, more important mission. He appeared before world leaders, scientists, and influential figures, presenting them with his unbelievable story. He described the barren wastelands, the suffering of the survivors, and the endless nuclear winter. At first, they dismissed him. They called him a madman, a charlatan. Who was this strange man with his impossible tales of time travel and a future of ashes? But Samuel didn't give up. He used his knowledge of the future, predicting events with uncanny accuracy, providing details no one could possibly know. He showed them data, schematics, and evidence from the future he had just left. Slowly, painstakingly, the skepticism began to crack. The leaders started to listen, to see the terrifying logic in his warnings. With every ounce of his strength and conviction, Samuel fought to alter the course of destiny. He guided them, advised them, and pushed them toward peace, away from the brink of annihilation. It was the hardest thing he had ever done, not building a machine, but changing the hearts and minds of humanity. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he succeeded. The timeline shifted. The war was averted. Exhausted but hopeful, Samuel Johnson returned to his own time, to his workshop in Shoals. He stepped out of the machine and held his breath. The air was clean. The sun was shining. Outside, life was beautifully, wonderfully normal. The apocalyptic future he had witnessed was gone, reduced to a memory that only he carried. His greatest invention wasn't the machine itself, but the future he saved with it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more adventures through time and imagination. See you in the next one.